These pickles are made without vinegar. All you need is salt water. This salt water here is a half a cup of salt to 9 cups of water. To prepare your pickles, pick them. These were just picked fresh from my garden this evening. I'm just going to demonstrate how to wash these pickles. I've already washed most of them, but this one I'm just saving for demonstration. Make sure you take the little blossom off the end, and when you wash them, always use cold water and just rub them like that. You don't want to rub them too hard to get the enzymes off. That's all you have to do. Now, also from my garden is fresh dill. This dill I also grew in my garden. And what you do is just chop it up into small pieces that'll fit in the jar. And I use 1 stalk of dill to each jar of pickles. Now when you pack your pickles, you clean your jars, of course. You always put the large end in first. Just like that. I'm going to throw some dill in the bottom there. That's just starting that. Now this is garlic that I also grew from my garden. What you need is just 1 little clove here. Just break that off like that. If it's a real small clove, use 2, but I'm just going to use 1. And this is how you peel garlic. Just take the peeling off. Then you just chop that up. I just put about half in the bottom here. Ooh, that smells strong. Put a little more garlic in the bottom there. Put your big ones in first, of course. There's a big hummer. I don't know if I can get that in or not. Just put that one in first here. Actually, that's probably a little too big, but it fits nice in that jar. That's for someone who likes pickles, big ones. You just got to squash them down in there. Jack uses a great big stick to get them in there, big plunger. And you just keep on pressing those pickles in there as tight as you can get them. You always use narrow mouth jars because what you want is those pickles to stay underneath this lip here.
Hey boy, where are you from?
That's my mom taking my picture.
Looks like you're from Wisconsin.
I was homegrown in Wisconsin. They never taught you how to do pickles like this in Wisconsin. You just squeeze them in there any way you can get them. See how it fits underneath that lip there?
They're close to that one.
Well, I think that's about enough. So what I want to do is put the rest of the garlic in the top. And stick the rest of the dill in there. pickling spice in there also. Now this pickling spice you can buy at the store. I buy it in bulk. But you don't put too much in there. Just a couple of pinches will do. Now these little hot peppers, you want to put about a half of one of these in there. That keeps your pickles from becoming stain bitter. So I just put about a half of one in there. Just stick it down in there. Throw the rest of the dill on the top here. That smells good. That dill sure smells good. Okay, and you want to just pour the water on the top, like this. About a 1/4 inch from the top. You just want to tap it a little bit and get the bubbles out of there. A little bit more water in there.
Use a knife to get the bubbles out?
You can, but I don't see any bubbles in there. Looks like they came out. So, now what they recommend you do is take some Vaseline and put around these rings. I don't have any Vaseline, forgot to get some. But if you don't put the Vaseline around, you can count on losing that ring because it'll rust right onto the jar. Let me go over here and get a lid. These lids here are in a hot water bath, but everything else is cold water. Now when you put these on, you got to use a little pressure to get those on real nice and tight. That's real tight. Okay. What you want to do then is take a pen and write the date you made the pickle. Today is September 3rd, so I put on September 3rd, and this salt brine pickle will be ready in about 7 days. So then I put, 9/3, be 9/10 they should be ready.
Let's see the date there, Dave.
I don't know if you can see it, it's in red.
Okay.
Now isn't that a fantastic jar of pickles?
Red, just a minute, the pickles look good.
Let me show you a finished one here. Let me get one out of the refrigerator. And that's what they look like when they're done. These pickles were canned August 17th.
Take a close up of that one, Dave.
Okay.
Looks nice.
What's nice about this recipe is you don't use any vinegar and they're very cheap to put out. So why don't you give it a try?